Imagine a land where ancient trade routes converged, civilizations flourished, and history was etched into the very sands of time. In the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, the story of the UAE unfolds like an epic tapestry, woven with the threads of human endeavor, resilience, and transformation. We begin our journey high above vast deserts and rugged coastlines, where the land meets the endless horizon and every dune whispers secrets of a bygone era. Our story starts in a time beyond memory, when the first human footprints marked the ancient lands. Archaeological evidence tells us that human presence in this region dates back to the Neolithic period, around 6000 BCE. Early settlers lived in harmony with the landscape, exploiting coastal marine life and nurturing inland oases for sustenance. These early communities planted the seeds of survival that would eventually give rise to the rich cultural heritage we honor today. As the wind carries the salty tang of the sea and the warming dust of the desert, the early inhabitants laid the foundation for what was to come. Their lives were shaped by the land, and in doing so, they forged an unbreakable bond with the earth. As our aerial views sweep over ancient ruins and rugged coastal landscapes, we travel further back to a period defined by trade and cultural exchange. Between 2600 and 2000 BCE, the Emancipation culture emerged, flourishing amid a dynamic network of trade that stretched from Mesopotamia to the Indus Valley. Artifacts unearthed at sites like Hili and Tel Abrak reveal the sophisticated artistry and engineering skills of this vibrant society. These early merchants and artisans connected distant worlds with their craftsmanship and ambition. The legacy of the Emancipation period is a testament to the power of human innovation, a spirit that transcends time and continues to inspire the contemporary vision of the UAE. From the flourishing trade networks of the early Bronze Age, our narrative carries us to the transformative era of the Wadi Suk period. Here, the domestication of the camel was a turning point, opening new avenues for inland settlement and the cultivation of a unique agricultural landscape. The camel, a symbol of endurance and adaptability, became vital not only for transportation but also for forging trade routes across arid expanses. Farmers began cultivating crops, and the date palm stood as an enduring emblem of sustenance and prosperity. This period marks a critical transition, illustrating how innovation and adaptation allowed ancient communities to transform their harsh surroundings into thriving hubs of life. As we glide over rugged landforms and ancient waterways, we enter the Iron Age of the UAE, spanning roughly 1200 to 300 BCE. This era witnessed the rise of fortified settlements and the remarkable engineering of advanced irrigation systems like the Falaj. These water channels not only sustained agriculture in areas where water was scarce but also became lifelines for the communities that depended on them. The construction of such systems required profound knowledge, skill, and an intimate understanding of the desert environment. Here, every stone and channel represents the triumph of human aspiration over nature's obstacles, a precursor to the enduring legacy of innovation that defines the region. The story of the UAE is not solely one of ancient settlements and agricultural marvels, it is also a saga of connection and commerce. Along the rugged coastline, the ancient city of Ed-Dur emerged as a critical maritime port in the 1st century CE. This bustling harbor facilitated vibrant trade networks that bridged distant cultures and continents. Ships laden with goods from across the ancient world found dock at these shores, fostering an exchange of ideas, commodities, and traditions. The port of Ed-Dur epitomizes the spirit of openness and collaboration. It reminds us that even in the midst of natural adversity, human ingenuity can create pathways that unite disparate worlds. Transitioning from the echoes of the past to enduring symbols of faith and identity, we pause at the Al-Bidia Mosque in Fujairah. Built in 1446, this ancient monument is the oldest functioning mosque in the UAE. Its traditional Islamic architecture, featuring 4 domes gracefully supported by a single central pillar, stands as a beacon of spiritual inspiration and communal pride. In the stone and mortar of Al-Bidiyah, one can feel the heartbeat of a community that has weathered centuries of change while keeping its cultural and religious identity alive. This sacred space offers a profound reflection on how the UAE balances its historical roots with the demands of a modern society. The narrative of the UAE also encompasses the era of maritime pursuits that defined its socio-economic landscape for generations. The pearling industry, once the lifeblood of the nation, drew every able-bodied man to the sea. From the early months of June until the waning days of September, the pearl divers braved the ocean's depths, driven by the promise of discovery and economic survival. Integral to this industry was its role in shaping not only the region's economy but also its social fabric. Leaders like Sheikh Zayed bin Khalifa Al Nahyan leaned heavily on the fortunes of the pearling trade, an enterprise that accounted for a significant share of revenue and sustained the livelihoods of countless families. The ocean, with its shimmering surface and hidden treasures, became a silent partner in the UAE's enduring narrative, a testament to the bravery and determination of those who sought fortune beneath its waves. However, the evolution of the UAE was not free from struggle or conflict. The early inhabitants faced hardships, from the challenges of the unforgiving desert to the turbulent waters that often tested their resolve. These adversities laid the groundwork for greater transformation. Despite periods of isolation and external threats, the spirit of the people remained unbroken. Even as competing cultures and empires vied for domination, the enduring identity of the region prevailed. Over centuries, the UAE absorbed influences yet never lost sight of the heritage passed down through generations. This resilience is what allowed a collection of sparse settlements to evolve into a thriving nation, deeply rooted in history yet forward-looking in ambition. With the discovery of oil in the mid-20th century, the transformation of the UAE took on a whole new dimension. The newfound wealth sparked rapid modernization, propelling the nation from a modest past to a future filled with promise and innovation. The infrastructure of the region evolved at a breathtaking pace, with modern cities rising where once there were only humble villages. Schools, hospitals, and state-of-the-art research centers sprang up with the same vigor had characterized the ancient builders of fortifications and wells. The economic boom was not just about wealth, it was an infusion of hope and opportunity, a bridge linking ancient heritage to a modern society that values progress without forgetting its roots. As we reflect on the past, it is essential to see how these distinct historical epochs weave together a singular, powerful narrative of transformation. Every milestone, the earliest settlements, the vibrant trade networks, the sculpting of the land through agricultural ingenuity, the strategic maritime endeavors, and the miracles of modern development, illustrates the timeless human quest for advancement. Despite the shifting sands of time, the UAE's story remains a vivid display of cultural resilience and innovative spirit. The narrative is punctuated by a continuous interplay of struggle and success, tradition and modernity, isolation and global outreach. Today, the UAE stands as a living museum, where every stone, every shifting dune, and every modern edifice echoes stories of ancient glory and modern achievement. The convergence of old and new is not merely a geographical phenomenon, it is a testament to human capability, a resolute march towards a future that is as rich in heritage as it is in innovation. The journey from the ancient forts of bygone eras to the towering skylines of contemporary cities encapsulates a remarkable transition. Each chapter of the UAE's history is a reminder that while times change, the intrinsic values of resilience, community, and pride endure. As the sun begins to set over sprawling deserts and glittering modern landscapes, the reflective mood of this journey encourages us to appreciate the continuum of history and the enduring legacy that it has crafted. Every archaeological discovery, every ancient trade artifact, and every enduring tradition speaks to the timeless legacy of a nation that has continually reinvented itself. The UAE's journey is an invitation to remember that history is not just a series of isolated events, it is a living, breathing chronicle that connects us to our collective past and inspires innovations for tomorrow. Looking back at those who built the foundations of this great civilization, we see that their aspirations were as vast as the deserts and as deep as the seas. They faced challenges that seemed insurmountable, yet their courage and determination carved out spaces of light in even the darkest times. Their legacy is visible in the architectural marvels that defy time, in the trade routes that link disparate cultures, and in the enduring values that continue to inspire millions today. The UAE's historical journey teaches us that every setback is a prelude to a comeback, and every loss paves the way for newfound strength. Now, as modern life pulses through bustling streets and gleaming skyscrapers, the essence of an age-old heritage still whispers in the wind. We remember the visionaries who dared to dream, the adventurers who braved uncharted territories, and the everyday heroes whose daily lives built a nation. Their story is our story, a narrative of hope, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to progress. It calls upon us to see beyond the horizon of the present and to cherish the lessons engraved in the sands of time. This journey through the annals of history is more than an exploration of the past, it is a call to honor a legacy that continues to shape our world. The spirit of the UAE is a vibrant mosaic of its ancient ancestors and modern pioneers, and in every facet of its society, the echoes of history resonate with purpose and pride. As we traverse each chapter of this magnificent chronicle, we are reminded that history is not static. It is an evolving narrative, a dynamic interplay of tradition and innovation, sacrifice and triumph. In embracing this rich heritage, we learn that the evolution of a nation is a slow and persistent process. The legacy of the UAE is a shining example of how cultures can adapt and transform without ever losing touch with their roots. From riveting tales of early maritime trade and storied tribal alliances to the brilliant modernity born out of oil wealth, every phase of this nation's journey encapsulates the essence of perseverance. It is a timeless reminder that the spirit of resilience, once ignited, burns eternally. As our documentary journey draws to a close, we are left with a profound sense of wonder and admiration for a land that has continually reinvented itself. The fusion of ancient traditions with the pulse of modernity offers a lesson for all: to cherish the past, celebrate progress, and never cease dreaming of a future that honors both heritage and innovation. In witnessing this remarkable evolution, we are encouraged to embrace our own journeys, finding strength in our history and inspiration in our own resilience. Embark on a journey through time to uncover the rich tapestry of the UAE's history and heritage.